I've been keeping track of this Young Thug case, and it's fascinating. I mean, in case you don't know, Young Thug is a rapper. He's not just like a Fox News placeholder. Like that. Oh, he's a rapper. He's a young man that does the raps, and he's on trial right now in Fulton County, Georgia, in connection with about 50 shootings in Georgia and one murder. Which means, if nothing else, he is guilty of missing a lot.
How do you have 49 unsuccessful shootings? He's not even racking up bystanders, by the way. Are you just shooting in the air? At 30 failed shootings, drop the gun, pick up a knife. It is much harder to miss. It's weird. I wonder what it's like in that car. I wonder what the pep talk is like. Y'all, listen. Focus up. When we see him, do not ask if that's him. It's making everybody second guess. You making him speed up. You making him not shoot. Just be quiet. Let's see if we can do this. And they missed 30 more times. I know that's not how it goes, but it's fun to imagine. It's also crazy because this man's name is Young Thug. The last place you want to be named Young Thug is court. That's absolutely insane. For a system that loves locking up young black men to show up named Young Thug, you might as well be called Little I Did It. That's Young Thug. All right. Just blew my mind. But the person that's most fascinating to me is his lawyer. His lawyer is white, and he's like white. Yeah, he's like, you know that white where it's like somebody bleached a soul or something. Like you hit different levels of white we haven't seen before. He's the whitest person I've ever seen on camera. And his entire defense is fascinating because his defense of Young Thug is just say what Young Thug is accused of doing in his white voice, which does make it sound implausible. Because then he's like, Your Honor, my client has never busted a zip down. It's like, you know what? Now that you say it does sound ridiculous. Like, now that I hear it like that, it doesn't even sound like anybody does that. That's true. You should free this young man. I don't think I've ever heard of any. You know, this young man would never let the blicker spray. It's like, I don't even think that's real. You're right. No. And there's also the word thug. Word thug is one of the slurriest words we have that's not a slur. Like, it's not actually a slur, but it's loaded. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you copped a slur back. You know? And he's named Young Thug. He's in court. Webster defines thug as a brutal or violent criminal, right? Synonymous with hooligan or troublemaker. His lawyer had a different definition. His lawyer stood in front of the judge and said, Your Honor, thug simply means truly humble under God. Honestly, bars, all right? Like, no matter what happens with the case, you need to get this man in the booth, okay? See what else he's cooking up. Fascinating. I can't see that well. Like, I don't have the best eyes. And so I had to go to optometrist, and we gotta mix up the test a little bit. This is archaic stuff we doing right now is not okay. Like, I get you have to just, in life you have to read, so I get having the reading be part of the test and stuff. But then when you get to the smaller letters, they're trying to trick you anyway. They're like, is it a 3 or an E? It's like, don't play with me right now. This is my future we're talking about. You know, I just wish that the test was more dynamic. Like, yes, I'll read the stuff on the wall, but also, you're an eye doctor. Come up with some new ideas. Just look at me in your office and go, if I don't flinch,
clearly I can't see. You know what I mean? Just buck up at me real quick. If I don't move, I clearly need glasses. But she's an eye doctor. My eye doctor, she's an eye doctor, so you would think that being an eye doctor, you've seen people with worse eyes than me. I'm not legally blind or anything. But then I got done with the test, and she was trying to break the fact that I needed glasses to me like it was bad news or something. She was like, first of all, what is that? You know what I mean? That's for Lifetime movies. They're like that. It's so weird. So she's like, I'm surprised you can see me. I was like, that's probably the most unprofessional diagnosis I've ever gotten. And so I need glasses because I can't do contacts. I can't do it. I cannot do I cannot touch my own eye. Like, I will pass out if I have to touch I'm not a strong man. I will throw up if I have to touch my own eye. And my friends with contacts are like, it's not that bad. You get used to it. It's like, if you get used to it, then why do all my friends that wear contacts can't seem to put them in without their mouth open? Everybody I know that wear contacts every time be going, you want to get something to eat or what? Don't act like that's normal. Everybody. Nobody has a sexy contact technique. I've never seen someone be like, and now I see it. It's always like, God, I can't do it. I'm weak of spirit. I cannot do it. So I need glasses. And then I go to the optometrist, I don't know anything. So then I'm about to get my glasses from the optometrist. I didn't know that was a huge mark. I didn't know that was like the bottle service of glasses. It's like unnecessarily expensive to get them from the optometrist. So then I'm at the optometrist, and then she sends me out of her office to pick out some glasses. Now they got frames on frames on frames and cases and everything. They got the roller thing with the frames and everything. And so I'm looking at that. Now, I don't know much about fashion, and I don't know anything about glasses, so I need help. My doctor, busy doctoring, all right? And then the receptionist is typing. She's not helpful. So then they send this woman over to me. I don't know what she does. I think she's like an eye nurse or whatever, but she like was not busy at all. And then she comes over to help me pick out glasses. And instead of just helping me pick out glasses, instead of telling me what glasses look good on me and don't look good on me, she just started telling me what my head looked like. And that is not helpful at all. You just giving me something to think about when I go home. This is terrible. So then she's like, you got kind of a Franklin, you got kind of a turtle thing going on. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep you away from the big frames. You're gonna look like Franklin. And I was like, I haven't tried a pair on yet, so now I'm more self-conscious than I was stepping in. And then this is what really bothered me. So then I was sitting waiting to see the doctor. There was a woman, middle-aged about, sitting next to me. So she clearly a patient, right? So then she starts chiming in. She starts telling me what looks good and don't look good. And I'm like, can you see though? Because you clearly waiting to see the doctor as well. Don't act like I'm... And instead of telling me what looked good or did not look good, they just told me every pair of glasses what black nerd from TVI looked like. Like, it was the most offensive. She's like, that's a little too herbal for you right now. It's like, oh, you look like Norbit. It's like, nobody was talking to you, ma'am. You can't see. I don't know. This is not helpful at all. And I don't think we give enough credit to people with bad eyes. You know? It's people like me that make the world interesting. It is. You look at any ancient civilization, it's people like me are the reason we have mythology. Yo, I was in the woods. And I saw a half man, half horse. I think it's called a centaur. It's like, nah, it's not what you saw at all. That did not happen, I guarantee you. You saw a nigga on a horse. And your brain could not compute. You just said, half man, half horse, my eyes are never wrong. But to his credit, we did write it down and repeat it for hundreds of years. Yo, you'll never believe it. I saw a mermaid. It's a beautiful woman, half fish, and she did the like thing, and then she went down. She's gone now, but I swear I just saw her. No, you didn't. A bitch was drowning. And you didn't help.
That's what happened. Apparently that is apparently how the origin of the mermaid came about. It's like someone in the distance on a boat saw a sea cow really far away and thought it was like a woman, but also a fish. Which means even back then, with his bad eyes, he was like, all right, she thick, I like that. All right, come swim to daddy. I can tell I'm getting older because I finally care about ingredients. You're like, well, you young, you be eating Taco Bell off the floor and stuff. But now I'm like, how much dairy is in there? Because I have places to be tonight. I'm not half as bad as my uncle, though. My uncle found out, he's not even allergic. He just has a slight intolerance for xanthan gum. Right? If you don't know what xanthan gum is, that's fine. It's like a bonding agent. It's in a lot of candies and stuff. The point is, he will go to a restaurant with me and then ask the server if every item has xanthan gum in it, which is absolutely insane to watch. He'll be like, no. Nah, there ain't no xanthan gum in that broccoli, is it? Like, there's one ingredient in the broccoli, sir. And it's broccoli, you don't need to worry. There ain't no xanthan gum in this corn. Why would there be xanthan gum in just a side of corn? Just skip the sides. No, this fried chicken steak, it ain't got no xanthan gum in it. And he's always giving way too much information to the server. He's like, cause you see, like that corn will get up in my guts, so don't leave. It's like, you are ruining her day. Just please order something. And you're like, you sure ain't no xanthan gum to chicken fried chicken? I was like, just order it or don't. Please. Like, you know the veins you get when you're trying to yell at a family member without yelling? You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like, but like, you're trying to stress like, shut up. You know? And so he ordered the chicken fried chicken steak. And it turns out there was xanthan gum in the chicken fried, which nobody could have known. That's not fair at all. I was rushing him, that's my bad. He was in the bathroom cursing me out. It's like, I got them bad guts, boy. This 70-year-old woman I saw in the news in Uganda that gave birth to twins. 7 years old, gave birth to twins. One of the oldest people on record to give birth to twins. And everyone that I worked with had their opinions about it and everything. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I'll never have to have a kid myself, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But it does seem like 70 is the perfect age to have twins. Y'all on the same sleep schedule. Y'all eat all the same foods. You both gotta be careful about falling. It's just, y'all vibing out.
I've been getting catcalled a lot. And this shit is terrible. Like, it is, I always knew it was bad, right? I never did it. But then, now that it's happening to me, I can see as bad as it was, like now that it's actually happening to me. Because basically what happened is, over lockdown, I let my hair grow out, right? And apparently, from the back, I'm a bad bitch. Like, there's no way around it. It just sort of is what it is. So then, I do a thing, and I know I do this thing. It doesn't make it my fault that I'm getting catcalled, but I know I do this thing where I post up heavy with ass on one leg, right? So then I am standing there, right? And I'm just like posted up like this. Just like looking at the sky or like people walking by, people watching anything, right? Sometimes I'll switch it, but it's mostly the right side. And so I'll be on my right side, and then I'll just hear a damn baby girl, and then I turn around, and then they get mad at me, like I tricked them. I wasn't doing anything. I was looking at the clouds like a God-fearing woman, all right? You're the one that came over here bothering me.
Did everybody have a good 4th of July? Yeah, I did decent. It was a fine time, But 4th of July there's two groups in America that are very conflicted with 4th of July, and it's black people and dogs. Like both of us just the whole day we don't know how to feel. The whole day is fucked up. And I'm a black dude with a dog, so I was looking at my dog all day like I know,
both of us just got to watch white people have the best day of their lives. And it's just like, oh, God, okay. And the dogs don't know how I feel about 4th of July because there's a barbecue, but also there's fireworks. So you might get some good scraps, but what is going on up there? Like, every dog is British on 4th of July. Every dog is like, what the fuck are they doing? You know? And it's tough for me because it's like when you know, I don't know. It's like the day of my country's independence, but not mine. Isn't that weird? It's like you can't even really, because they don't really teach about it, but like black people fought in the American Revolution. Like black people fought for the country to be free. And then we were like, yeah, we're free. And then somebody was like, what do you mean we? You know? I know. It must be hard to hear. Appreciate you. Keep telling them like you're black too. That's the funny. You're my favorite. I love you so much. Thank you for that. Keep fucking get they ass.
I only know what it's like to be me. The hardest life you're ever gonna have to live is your own. So I don't know what it's like to date as anybody else, and I can't judge. I'm not even gonna try to project. I will say, just being me, it's been hard enough. So a woman dating men is an unenviable position. I can't even imagine what that's like, you know, because men be out here killing. That's look. When it comes to dating, everyone, don't let the podcast fool you. Don't let your friends get in your ear. Everyone is doing everything. Men and women both cheat. Men and women both manipulate. It's all, there's no like one-sided thing except the killing is us. That we be doing that shit for real. That's like, even if women wanted to catch up, it would take till 22 to really match our numbers. We out here crazy as fuck, killing. It's wild. And so I can't imagine what it's like to then be a woman trying to date men and find somebody that you vibe with that also doesn't kill. Because remember, when they catch these killers, everybody talking about how nice and polite they were. They were, outside the killing, they were some good men. You know what I mean? So now you, a woman out here trying to find a man that's like, you know, nice, treats you well, not dangerous, but a little dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you a little bit of that, like. That's my favorite. I don't know why, but anytime I've been like about to hook up with somebody and they put my hand on their throat for me, I'm like, oh, you think I'm a bitch out there? That's crazy. That's wild. You feel so safe with me. You put my hand on your throat. That's almost insulting. That's a little like, let me do what I was gonna do and then we figure out if, you know, like, don't just be like, let me help. Like, that's so insulting. It's crazy. And then another part of me very much likes it because you're helping me help you. Like, it's like, that does low-key, I'm insulted, but it does feel like a cheat code where I'm like, oh, and then this? Like, it's, you know? But it is I cannot imagine. It really is tough because then you know, how do I put it? I'm not trying to be like, oh, poor men or whatever, but then you gotta be that person. You have to be someone who's interesting, nice, engaging, charismatic, and prove you don't kill. And trying to prove you don't kill make you look like a killer every time. All right? Please believe me, the most murdery looking people are the people who are trying to convince you they don't kill. Imagine somebody ask you, hey, do you want to do something later and it's safe? Why would you say that? Why would you even bring it up? That's crazy. But it's also kind of crazy not to bring it up. It's like a real tightrope to walk. I thought I was doing well. I thought I was doing so good because I would hear, I have so many different, you know, friends out here dating
men and women, I hear all the stories, and so I was aware. I was like, sometimes when women go out with a guy for the first time, they don't really know him. They met him on an app or something. They end up like sharing their location with their friends, you know, or they end up texting like, "Hey, this is where I'm." You know. So I was on the date. Date was just starting. I was like, "Hey, do you want to text your friends where we're going?" Like, just to let her know I wouldn't be offended. But then as soon as I said it, I was like, that sounds like we going to the woods. That's, God damn. And then I'm like, you know, I'm not crazy or anything, which, why would you say that? It's still bad. Did y'all, by the way, have y'all been in this whole Jonah Hill thing that's been trending? Yeah, a little bit. Some shaking heads. All right. So if you don't know about it, I'm going to try to sum it up in 2 sentences. Basically, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend has put out in her story their old texts to each other. And it's a lot of him being like, why you got to be around men? It's like it's a lot of just like, why you, she's a surfer, and it's like, why you gotta surf with men? And it's like nonstop. And he's clearly in lots of the texts having like some sort of moment where he's like very scared she gonna cheat or something. But it's like the texts don't make sense. Like she may have cherry picked some text to make him look extra bad, but he still texts what he texts. So then it's just him texting like, why you gotta surf, and he surfing, and y'all might surf on each other, all right? And then if y'all surfing on each other, you might get surf in your mouth, and then you come home and you just covered in surf, and it's like, you can't be surfing without me, bitch. Like, it was just, when you read them, you're like, oh no, this is not good, you know? And there's been a lot of backlash and everything. I just think that Jonah Hill committed the cardinal sin of telling a woman what to do when he's not that good looking. Like, that's kind of all he did, really. When you think about it, when you read all the text, if that had been John Hamm and he was like, I don't really want you around other dudes, you'd be like, okay, daddy, all right. Like, just throwing it out there. Maybe, you know? Because it's hard. It's so difficult. Building a relationship now is still it's always been difficult, but now we live in a more convenient era of civilization. It used to be maintaining some sort of relationship and just surviving were like the two hardest things to do. It was like keep your spouse happy and don't get malaria was like the two hardest things to do. And then we evolved and we evolved and we evolved. But now interpersonal relationships are as difficult as they've ever been, but everything else is easier, which actually makes them more difficult. Because our life is so convenient now that as soon as someone is an inconvenience, you're like, well, why would I even deal with you? Then you're done. And nobody's happy. It's hard. I think the thing that makes being with someone harder than it's ever been is definitely podcasts. It is, and it goes both ways. It truly does. All these podcasts are, it's like, don't listen to anybody, bitch. You're a fucking queen, okay? And if he tells you that you drink too much, he doesn't fucking party enough, all right? Don't let him fucking stop you from living your life and being the boss babe that you were born to be in your soul. You are a fucking Sagittarius, bitch. You cannot be stopped, all right? Live your fucking life. You walk on air and angel dust, okay? And then on the other side, you have dude, bruh, a girlfriend? You gonna get a girlfriend? You gonna get a girlfriend and talk about she trying to improve your life? She's trying to change you, dog. She's trying to get you to eat vegetables? Bruh, she get you eating vegetables? Are you serious? She get you eating vegetables out here? Pause, dog, all right? Try and get you to eat vegetables. Everybody know vegetables gay. If vegetables ain't gay, why they all shaped like dick? All right? Think about that. Zucchini, all right? Cucumber, that's a hard one. All right? But that's what it is. It's just people, huge influencers, people with huge followings telling people don't communicate with anyone. Don't settle with anyone. Everyone is against you. They're all trying to get one over on you, and it's coming from everywhere. So then, yeah, you listen to that shit going to work every day. You're gonna be pretty hard on a first date. You know, makes it tough. And it's a shame. I don't know what to do with that information. Just anytime somebody start telling me about a podcast, I just start screaming. You know, it'll break my heart too. It'll be the smartest person you know. Be like, you know, he had some good points. It's like, I lost my friend. God damn, what a fucking shame.